As of the making of this video, I'm 39 years old. Now, if I could go back to my 20 or 30-year-old self and give myself some advice, here's exactly what I'd say. Get as fit as possible, number one. Stop making excuses or putting off exercise. Stop playing it safe because you don't want to feel sore. Showing up as 100% yourself includes knowing you're pushing yourself physically. Get curious about what your body is capable of. Think of exercise as a gift to yourself. I'm still training in boxing 3 times a week. And yes, there are times when I don't want to go. There are times when I work an 8-hour day. And yeah, I'm tired. I don't really feel like it. And just getting to the gym is a struggle. But here's the trick. Just get your bag packed and trick your brain. Get out the front door. Just say to yourself, I'm just going to go outside. I'm just going to go get on my bike. Just going to get down the road 20 meters. When I don't train for 2 or 3 weeks, I notice a massive change in my mood. Exercise is the most underrated mental health hack. When I don't exercise for a couple of weeks, I notice that my mental health declines. I'm just angrier about smaller things. I notice that when someone cuts me up when I'm driving, I get a lot more angry than normal. Little things just really annoy me. I'm more in my head than normal. Number 2, no one is coming to save you. It's a harsh lesson, but we all secretly believe we have a safety net. This is what it means to put on the big boy pants. We need to take responsibility for everything. No one will come and fix you. The moment a man grows up is when he realizes there's no one for him. There's no one going to come and save him. He has to do it himself. Now, it doesn't mean that you don't have people that you confide in, safe people that you admit vulnerabilities to. And I really think that that's actually something that takes a lot of courage, and it's something that you should do. But truly, guys, it's down to you. And I think a lot of us, we secretly feel that one day that we don't need that, there's going to be some kind of inheritance that's going to pay out, or we're going to get lucky, or it's all going to be okay if we just coast. It's like, no, you need to have a rational paranoia about the future, that you need to look after yourself. No one is coming, guys. This is the truth. And especially if you're a man. And one last thing on this point, you need to be the strongest person at your father's funeral. It's a great mentality, because you need to be that rock. And if you don't have a father anymore, or you don't know your father, then yes, you need to do that even more so. This needs to be something that you need to become. Guys, please like and subscribe to the channel. Comment if this is something that's really helpful to you. And it just helps other guys see this kind of content. YouTube shadow bans this type of content. So please encourage it. Let other men see this kind of content, because I know how helpful it is. Anyway, back to the video. 3, learn to let go of what others think. We are all playing it safe due to fear. This fear is simply the result of not wanting to be exposed and judged by others. Go speak to that girl, start the business, set boundaries, ask for the pay rise. Do it today, regardless of who it upsets or how others may perceive you. On the deathbeds of many people, they regret not taking more risks, and they put it all down to the fear of what others think. And truly, others are pretty much only really worried about themselves. So you go through life worrying about what other people think, only to then have this big regret and think, in that situation, why didn't I take more risks? And it all comes down to that. It all comes down to that fear that you may be humiliated or exposed or fail in front of other people. And it isn't the failure itself. We can handle failure. We can actually handle the humiliation, the emotion itself. It's the fear of fear. It's the fear of what other people think. We all have this underlying fear for some reason, because the scariest thing for us is to be vulnerable, exposed, and ostracized from the group. And it's probably hardwired into us. It's probably evolutionary, but this is the biggest fear. And when you override that, when you start to come to terms with that, start to feel that fear, do it anyway, you realize that other people don't really care. So go for it. Just do whatever it takes. Number 4, start now. Time is ticking. The best time to have started was when you were younger. The second best time is now. You lose respect for yourself by constantly delaying and procrastinating. This makes taking action today even harder. Stop mentally torturing yourself over the time you have lost, and make the most of the time you have left. This is something I really had to work on. I would replay the opportunities I missed and actually live in the past too much. And many guys do this, but you need to realize you have time, and really, you'd be surprised how far you could come. you could go in just a couple of months of consistent action. You could completely turn your life around. And we don't do it because of the fear, because of the lack of momentum, because of fear, because of procrastination. Start today. You have time, but time is ticking. So start now. Stop fretting over the past. Stop living in the past. And stop living in regret. Take action today. Number 5, habits, identity, and the type of person you need to become. Staying consistent compounds over time. The power of just showing up is underrated. Goals get you too invested in an outcome. I'm not saying don't set goals. I'm saying focus on routine and habit and understand that you need to become the type of person who shows up regardless. When you have the habit of going to the gym when you are tired because that is your identity, then you become unstoppable. Start focusing on the identity of the person that you want to become and act as if you are already that person. A good question to ask yourself is, what would X do in this situation? For example, if you want to become a boxer or a writer, what would a writer do in this situation? A writer would see themselves as a writer for simply just writing, not waiting for some kind of result, but the very act of writing means that you become that very version of yourself. You need to act through that version, act through that identity. Rather than waiting to become that identity, you need to act through it, and then you reinforce that identity through habit, through consistency, rather than the opposite, which is what most people do, and this is the big mistake that people make, is they wait and wait and wait, and they think that one day then I can call myself a writer. No, you need to flip the script and be the identity that you want to be already and act through it. It's such a powerful way of looking at this. Number 6, choose women that choose you. Stop chasing or playing games with women who are not making the effort. Stop trying to figure women out. This will save you years of stress. Choose to invest in the woman that makes it easy for you. Be proud of yourself for keeping your boundaries and just walking away from women who send mixed signals. This could be a whole separate video. I made this mistake over and over. I would chase the wrong type of woman. I would invest in women that would just give me mixed signals. Sometimes they were interested, sometimes they weren't. But then there were women that would really make an effort with me, and for some reason I weren't interested in those women. Those lovely women that would show up at my house with coffee and sandwiches, that really wanted to see me, that would text me all the time. I was more interested in gaming and chasing these other women who would just send me these amber lights. Sometimes they were interested, sometimes they weren't. And I would stress and worry. I remember this one girl, she would just never let me go to her house. We'd always have to meet up at the coffee shop. She would never come to my house. And I got very, very invested in her, but it just never went anywhere. And then one day she just ghosted me. And I always thought, one day when she sees what a great guy I am, how good I am, then she will change her mind. When really, I was completely deluded and I was chasing a woman who would just never change. Here's one rule. Choose women that choose you, but how you meet them is probably how you'll leave them. How you meet them is how they are. Choose women that choose you, that are investing in you, that are making the effort for you. This will save you so much stress. Number 7, develop impulse control. Delay instant gratification. Reframe simply going without as a savage mindset. Instead of feeling sorry for yourself for missing out, assure yourself that discipline and delaying gratification is actually an act of great self-love. Train yourself to miss a meal, get up earlier, do hard things, and start enjoying things that are difficult. Stop frying your brain and your dopamine receptors with doom scrolling and just reaching for the easy thing all the time. Start building that kind of discipline and you'll thank yourself for it. You'll start having more confidence because you went without. A lot of the time you think that you need to get the instant gratification because you're thinking you're going to miss out on something. I know what it's like. I've done that for so many years also. I know what it's like because I did that for many years also. But I promise you, if you just start to build that mentality, start to build that mindset, it gets easier and easier because you're proud of yourself and it builds momentum. You start looking for challenges. You start to build a savage mindset rather than feeling sorry for yourself for missing out. 8, stop worrying about shit. I've worried about a lot of pointless shit. 99% of it didn't happen. You might as well just tell yourself everything will be okay, even when it's not okay. It's normally the worrying that actually makes it worse. Why suffer when you don't need to? I know this is a lot easier said than done, and worrying for some of you is probably because you ruminate. You have that inner critic, and I actually have another video about this, so go check that out after this. but you need to tame your inner critic. You need your inner critic and your overthinking mind to work for you. Think of your inner critic as a loyal soldier. It just wants the best for you. It's constantly pushing you. It's constantly trying to control you. It's trying to push you to go out. If you don't do something, it shames you. If you mess up, it shames you. It tells you to play it safe, to keep safe. Don't do this. You don't want to be exposed. And maybe it's doing it really subtly. But the thing is, guys, it wants to protect you. That's the key. And what you need to do is realize it's like a little inner loyal soldier that's just looking after you. So what you need to do is you need to redirect its energy, turn it into a gratitude and appreciation machine. And how you talk to yourself is extremely powerful. It's the most underrated skill. Most successful people understand that they talk to themselves in a specific way. They don't tolerate themselves abusing themselves. You've got to draw boundaries around this inner critic and this voice. But what you need to do is turn it and redirect it and give it a new purpose. Give the loyal soldier a new purpose and redirect it to being, yes, that was good. You showed up today, and just focus on the action that you took. Be extremely grateful and appreciative of the action that you took, regardless of how small, and build momentum from there rather than constantly overthinking and constantly shaming yourself. This will change your life. Number 9, stop thinking it's too late. Time will pass anyways. Stop looking back and regretting. This is completely futile. You'd be surprised how much better you feel after 2 weeks of just getting stuck into your habits. Number 10, find mentors. Cut people out who don't see your vision. Anyone who is a naysayer. Anyone who's constantly questioning your dreams or goals. Replace them with people who are already achieving the things that you want to achieve. Guys, don't underestimate the power of being around people that are doing what you need to do or want to do. Don't underestimate that, because it will rub off on you. And don't overestimate how bad it is that you are near people that are negative, that drink too much, that take drugs, that are just living in a downward spiral. Yes, some of these people may be your close friends from school, but you've got to be very careful with these people and draw boundaries. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment below which one helped you the most. Subscribe so other people can see this channel, other men especially can see this channel, because we need to get more of these type of videos out there. Do it now. Thank you very much for watching. Peace.